What do you even do if you hire a hitman and he kills the wrong guy? This is the unbelievable true story of Joe Rosebrook. Joe was 48, living in Ohio, and running a multi-million-dollar illegal chop shop, and Joe was dangerous. People who snitched on him tended to disappear. One man allegedly vanished, and another was killed in a car bomb. Joe was not someone you crossed. But in 2004, police finally raided his chop shop and arrested him. Joe immediately knew someone had snitched. He soon found out it was one of his own associates, Curtis. Furious, Joe decided to hire a hitman. He turned to one of his car thieves, Daniel Ott, offering him $15,000 and giving him Curtis's photo and address. But Daniel Ott wanted nothing to do with murder. Instead, he went straight to police. They wired him up, recorded Joe incriminating himself, and bam, Joe was arrested again and sentenced to 10 years for the assassination plot. But Joe wasn't done. From prison, he started plotting revenge on the man who turned him in, Daniel Ott. Another inmate, Chad, offered to do the hit once he got out. When Chad was released in 2006, Joe's brother wired him money, and Chad went to carry out the job. But here's the nightmare twist. Chad looked up the name Daniel Ott and found the wrong one, a completely innocent man who just happened to have the same name. Chad broke into the house wearing a mask and armed with a shotgun. The real target would have been much older, and Chad noticed this. Daniel looked way too young. But instead of backing out, he tied the man up with duct tape while figuring out what to do. The victim realized this was his only chance. He broke free and fought back, but during the struggle, Chad fired, killing him. Chad fled the scene. Police were baffled. The victim had no enemies at all. 6 months later, investigators discovered a second Daniel Ott living in Ohio, the actual intended target. The case eventually went cold because no one wanted to snitch on Joe. But 9 years later, in 2015, police finally gathered enough evidence. Bam, Joe was arrested. Bam, Chad was arrested. Bam, Joe's brother was arrested. In the end, Chad was sentenced to 28 years to life. Joe's brother took a plea deal and paid a fine. Joe Rosebrook was sentenced to life in prison, all because he tried to hire a hitman, and the wrong Daniel Ott paid the price.